Hi there. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my show here in my little corner of the internet where I stand on a soapbox and occasionally rant about things. And I would like to do just that tonight. Although this is a live arena session, so I'm still going to do my fights. Hey, look at that. 3333. Make a wish, everyone. I'm going to wish for things to smooth out in the community because this is what's going on. I have just finished watching a rant by Ash, another rant by Nubkex, another rant by Saf from HH Gaming, and of course, what seems to be the center of it all, a rant from Jay Giggs about joining together against the increasing amount of bullshit that's being thrown at us by Plarium. Let's just go for the Helicath paradigm so I don't have to think too hard about this. Basically, Jay Giggs is trying to encourage all the content creators and all the big whales out there to stop spending on raid until they start behaving better. And I do kind of follow the logic there. It kind of makes sense. It's weird for this to be coming from Jay Giggs, or for me to be talking about it for that matter, because I'm a self-declared eternally free-to-play player. So it's not like I'm boycotting them. If anything, I'm creating content for the game now and encouraging people to play more. I don't know that I would encourage people to spend. I would discourage people from spending, in fact, because it is a predatory business practice. But they also have to make money. It's one of those weird things where that is part of the business model, and we're all adults, and we kind of inherently understand how this works. Let's see. I'll go for Sun Wukong and maybe I'll go for Gaius. In fact, you know what? Maybe I'll go for these two. Why not? But anyway, it seems to me that everybody's getting really angry. I mean, Saf is angry about um the nerf to the common champion. What is it, Madman, who apparently can do like a fraction of what Trunda can do on I feel like I'm gonna lose because I'm not putting my whole brain into this. I really should. Let's see. We need a nuker of some kind. Let's bring let's bring Sun Wukong. He's always good. Um, anyway, uh, Saf was going on about Madman. I think he just finished making a comp that used Madman. Madman is kind of like Trunda, but not as good by like anywhere near as good. And then you've also got the Umekos that will echo one another's abilities. Let's take. Oh man, this is really not going to work out so well. I wasn't paying attention. He picked Mithrala. This is gonna suck. I'll just keep ranting then. Let's see. Ash was on. I think I watched two different ranty videos because he like made a rant video and then he released another one like less than 12 hours later because I think he hadn't caught up and realized Jay Giggs calling out the community to do something. And his position is, of course, it's a game. Play within your limits, that kind of thing. And people accuse content creators like the big ones, like Nubkex and Ash. People accuse them of siding with Raid, even though if you pay any attention, they don't really side with Raid. They're pretty honest, particularly those two. I find they're two of the most authentic, and maybe with Jay Giggs, they're like three of the most authentic content creators out there. And they are telling it like it is. They're trying to give their honest advice. And then they'll receive comments accusing them of being compromised by money from Plarium, though Plarium doesn't pay them directly. They're in a content creator program. Nubkex and Ash is in a content creator program anyway. JGigs, I believe, is not. But the content creator program means you get like a couple of free chickens a week. Big deal. I've got like 100 chickens stocked up in the tavern, just sitting there. I mean, I don't need them. We have all these champion training event things to do anyway, where we have to train up our own chickens. So who cares? And yeah, you get a couple of gems, but you can save those up too. I'm living proof of this. I'm free to play, and I've got close to 75,000 gems. That is close to 1,000 ancient shards worth of gems. That's a lot. And I do use gems when I need to. So it seems to me that people are getting very upset right now, and I think people need to just dial it back. I was thinking of making my own video reacting to some of these videos, but uh, I kind of want to dial it back a bit. I wanted to say something, so I'm just embedding it in the fights for today. I hope that doesn't bother too many of you if you came just looking for fights and you don't want to hear too many ranty things. But if you're still here, then I guess you don't mind. But it's a game. It should be fun. So it's important to find a way to find the fun in the game. I find it fun despite the fact that sometimes I get paired up with absolutely ridiculous whales. I mean, not that I'm calling the player ridiculous. They're doing what they want. Um, but I mean, it's just ridiculous that I'd stand any chance against them. This is where I wish I had Hegemon. I really want to get on building him, but again, it's like at the right time. Maybe I'll just splurge tomorrow and I'll spend gems on Hegemon just to so that I can get in and delete these fast teams. I really, really, really want to start doing that. But for now, let's take Mithrala and maybe a second support champ. Like, now maybe I'll go for Ramen after all. Anyway, Saf does have a very good point, and he is right to be cheesed off by them nerfing Madman, who is nowhere near as much of a problem as Trunda in terms of DPS for Hydra. And we all know what the real problem is. The real problem within the context of the game, of course, like an even larger problem is the whole economic model we all live our lives under, right? But that's just without going there. Hydra Clash. Hydra Clash is the problem, and Hydra Clash is obviously the problem because it creates competition in like a single player mode. Like Hydra is single player. It's not a two-player mode. You're just there fighting the Hydra, but now you're kind of doing it against other people that are doing it invisibly. You have no control over what they do on their end. They're just going to kind of hit Hydra as hard as they're going to hit Hydra. I probably lost again, eh? Well, it is what it is. This is more fun, notwithstanding the fact that I am playing terribly today. I don't even care. It's almost like this game is the excuse right now for me to just put in my 2 bits, right? I was just in the mood to chat, you guys. So what do you guys think of all this? I imagine everybody has a strong opinion one way or the other. I mean, I'm brand spanking new to this thing. I've been watching for a while, though. I've been watching all the content creators. I still watch all the content creators. So I'm creating content, I'm watching the content. I want to start creating a lot more focused stuff. But all in due time. I'm young, I'm learning. I'm young at heart anyway. Maybe I don't look so young anymore. I think I'm done my rant. If I was going somewhere with it. I suppose there are it's like a pattern of things. Like you could say that the straw that broke the camel's back for Saf was the madman thing, but there are other things that we've noticed. Like you need to collect all 100 fragments now for the current fragment summon. A lot of people have just dropped out just for that. I've seen a lot of content creators just say, no, fuck no. I'm not doing that. Then, of course, there's this whole Xena Pass thing. People are pretty cheesed about that too, because it's like $50 for a champion is pretty nuts when you think about it. I mean, by any standards, even by Plarium's Raid Shadow Legends own like unique weird situation standards, it's still weird that they went that far with the Xena Pass. And I personally don't care. I just looked at her, I was like, I can live without her. And they probably know that too. They're like, she's a champion, completionists are gonna want her, nostalgic people are gonna want her. But the reality is, pay up or you don't get it. Mm, you know what? I don't want my Fenax this time. So there's the did I say Rhonda? I meant Xena if I said Rhonda. Anyway, the Xena Warrior Princess Pass. There's the ever incrementing inflation of things you have to do in these fusion events, while simultaneously you're getting a deflation of the rewards you get, of the amount of shards you can collect or fragments that you can collect. So it's getting harder and harder to go after the fusions. Definitely want at least one more nuker. Maybe I'll just throw in Pythion. Should round it up pretty well. And there's a part of me that's kind of holding my breath, waiting for the end to come. People have been talking about how this could be their final year, or 2024 could be Raid's final year, because things have been getting worse and worse and worse. And even just fiscally for them. Like if the game doesn't perform well, the game's done. And that means we don't get to play it anymore. And those of us who want to create content for it don't get to do that anymore. We all have to move on and do other stuff. But I've been playing this game for 3 years, and despite the complaints I have, and despite the complaints I agree with that other people have, I still like the game. I mean, I'm creating videos for it. I'm playing Live Arena every day. I'm enjoying Live Arena. I like this. Even though I have not done well today. I did well earlier today. The full disclosure, this is actually my second Live Arena shoot of the day. I found my girlfriend's out with family, so I'm just at home. Had nothing to do. Figured I'd stop in, have a chat. I've been thinking about what I've been watching. I figured I'd share my thoughts. I was in the mood to play. So here we are. Hello everyone. How y'all doing? So I was half paying attention when I selected my champions this time. Maybe I had some sort of a chance of getting somewhere. They got 2 revivers. They got Harima. Um, as soon as I saw Harima, I was kind of thinking bombs, but I often think it's a little too late once I've already picked about 3 champions to start messing with the paradigm. I feel like if I want bombers, I need to devote all 5 of my slots to something that's going to support a bomb team. This is why I really want Lady Mikage, and I am super close to having her. Super duper close. I am really excited about how close I am. I'm off by 2 void rares. Just 2 void rares. So if I can just get them. And really right now, like I've got 270 some void shards. So it's not like I'm low on shards. But you know my mantra, if there isn't a sexy event going on, I don't want to pull them at all. Oof, so close. Oh, that would have been so awesome if I just killed her and then just poured it on everybody. But that Duchess is tough. And let's see. I'm just gonna toughen the party. Anyway, so I'm missing Amarantine, Skeleton, and one of the other rares. I forget which one. I think it's Centurion. So first chance I get, I'm gonna do a Void Shard summon video. I want like Plarium. What'll revitalize and boost the morale of the community. Do one of those guaranteed Void Lego events. That would absolutely be amazing. That would be clutch. I'll pull all my shards for them. You could even do another one where it's ridiculous, like it's 180 void shards for like, I don't know, a Siphi. Let's do Siphi. I would totally blow through 180 void shards for a guaranteed Siphi. Hell, I'd blow through 280, which is about what I've got right now. Alright, so let's go for this one. Alright, I knocked someone down. That's something, right? Do I get part marks? I feel like we're a turn away from getting completely annihilated by this Harima. But I swear, once I have my Hegemon all set up, I'm going to be bringing him in anytime I think he's an appropriate response to what I see. Like for this team, I'd probably have I'm probably going to pair him with Lydia. I think they're going to have tremendous synergy. Hegemon just comes in. If he can nuke down anybody at all, it could be great. It could be really great. Here, let's try this again. Oh, really? And the thing is, I'm aiming for Duchess instead of the others who are on like a sliver of health. Because Duchess reduces all the AoE, and I'm not actually sure if the spillover hits count as AoE. Does anyone out there know? Is anyone out there an expert on how Sun Wukong's mechanics work? I could probably find this out, come to think of it. Let's just put on block debuffs. This fight's going on for a while, eh? My support staff seems to be holding their own. I'll try to chip away at this Duchess. Alright, a stun, that's good. That'll lower her cooldowns by 1 round. She'll probably knock down Sun Wukong again. I'm not really sure why Gorek is doing that and not like focusing on my Pythion. Because Sun Wukong's just going to keep getting back up. I mean, he'd just taken his turn. Yeah. Just strengthen them. Arbiter, what are you gonna do? Alright, let's get them back up again. Oof. What do you think? Should I give up? I don't know. I don't want to. I feel like I should, but I don't want to. It's the effect that Sun Wukong has, is you always have this little hope. Alright, trying to finish this off. There you go. Good game, Gorek. Sorry I doubted you. Okay. So for real this time, let's get down to it. Unless the game chooses now to hang. Oh, it's Gorek again. Alright, Gorek. So I'm back for my revenge. So let's see, what do I want? Well, you know what? I want Duchess this time. That's how I'm going to start. Oh yeah, that's right. He wants Harima. Okay, well, I'll take Duchess. I'll take Pythion. I'll take Mithrala again. Since that is a very solid base. I anticipate he's probably just going to ban either Mithrala or Duchess. Maybe the Pythion. I'll take him. I really wish I had... who's the other nukers he's going to bring? Or maybe those were the two nukers. I already can't remember. Here's Sun Wukong again. I mean, he's always good. Yeah, we'll bring Sun Wukong. And I think I'm just going to ban the Harima. I might say screw it to the Yumeko. In fact, this is another place where I'd love to have a Hegemon. Because I could just ban her. And then Hegemon would just probably kill half of them outright. If I make him a nuke Hegemon. So let's take the speed. We could also take the resist. Is that going to help anyone, really? I doubt it. I somehow doubt I have enough resist. I'm going to go for the speed. I think that's what I need. I think we have the need for speed. So this doesn't look like a great position, does it? But still, I mean, I'm still standing. You obviously have a ways to go before you can outright beat me, Gorek. And I can try to chew up their time by getting them hexed. Oof. Well, that's a pretty good sign. I'm defeated. Let's just end it. Good game again, Gorek. I'm coming back for you when I have You betcha. I think Hegemon is the answer to Yumeko and Warlord that I needed. As it stands, I do have units that can be pretty good when their other stuff is shut down, like Fenax, Candy. Mithrala generally doesn't get shut down. I probably could build out Arix. I actually made a mistake. This is why I shouldn't go ham on those champion training tournaments, because I went kind of ham and I just lost track of which champions to build. And I built Katja the Rye instead of, or I didn't fully build her, but I 6-starred her instead of 6-starring Arix, who was on my list to do next. So she's still on my list of next to do, but it's going to take a little longer. But you know what? I think I could spoil myself and spend 800 gems on getting the masteries for Hegemon tomorrow, and I could build him out. I also haven't fully ascended him. I usually hold off on that for CVC. So we'll see. But any of you watching who have a stake in the fights that you see when you log in to watch me play, let me know if you think it's worth it for me to boot it and get him out now, or if I should just bide my time, live by my own rules, and be ready about this time next week. So I want to do bombs, I think. Whenever I see UDK, that's what I'm thinking. So we'll take Mithrala. We'll take... You know what? I'm not even going to bother with him. Let's take a bomber first, but we should go with the Rat King, because he's the right affinity. We still have to worry about Polymorph. That's yet another thing. I mean, I didn't even bring that up in my rant, but you know, you've heard it all before. Plarium needs to fix Polymorph. It is really diminishing the enjoyment of Arena. It'd be so much better without it. It'd just like remove it, and it would be better. In Marichka's a little too overtuned, but honestly, I think she's besides the point, because I think if you nerf Polymorph, it kind of fixes the Marichka problem to some extent. So there's some cleanses here now. He can kind of adjust for that. And I could bring a second bomber. I'm not really seeing much in the way of damage here. So in fact, I'm happy to just bring this team. And then, I mean, if you're going to only bring one nuker, I'm going to ban him. Unless one of these other champions is the nuker, but I'm trying to figure out who that would even be. So I think Potemkin, Tavarish, I can't read Russian. I have no idea what this says. But whatever his name is, I think he's already made a mistake. I think he's painfully aware of it. And now he's just hoping I don't ban whoever he picks as his last slot. It's a Hevrak. Yeah, I'm just not going to let him keep the Hevrak. So, I'll take the accuracy. Now, Riho Bone Spear has blocked debuffs, so I want to not go ahead of her. I want to wait for her to use it and then strip it off. But I have no control over who does what and when. So Arbiter, are you going to speed into them? Probably. No, she's going to try to reduce the buff duration. That's interesting. So she does the pressure points. Yeah, so I'll still go for this then. Because I need to lock out the passives. Because I don't want stuff getting reflected. I'd rather just be able to bomb them out Maybe I can repair this. So who do I want to detonate? Let's see if I can detonate her. Not quite, eh? How about this? So, good game. Strabutski. Good game, Dostoyev. Well, when I started, I was at 3333, so I've only dropped. It can only go up from here, right? So let's start with my favorite monkey. I know there's also Samson in the game. I don't have him, but if I did, then I might have to pick who's my favorite monkey. Or I might just say, I want them both. So he's going with Mithrala. So I want to go with strong support. And I think this is the way to do it. I think that's the correct response to Mithrala, because really, debuffs aren't going to work. So I will need damage. These two can do that. I'm wondering. Do I just want maybe a third support? It's a rough choice. I don't even know. I don't know why this is giving me so much grief. But sure. I'm going to go for the triple revivers. I'm going to make it very, very hard for him to put down my nukers. I might even just ban the Mithrala anyway. So UDK, that's a pretty good layer. It's going to be very hard for him to kill anybody if I just take away this guy. Not impossible. He's also got this guy. But I'm going to get rid of Lord Shazar. And I lose Duchess. That is okay. So I'll take the speed, I think. I think that's what we need. So I can put up block debuffs. I don't think he has any way of removing them. So I'm pretty secure here. For the time being. I guess it's going to come down to how hard can Kandrifon hit. I bet he smacked. Especially with increased attack. course, he's got to be careful because Leo won't die on the first hit. So let's go for this one. Yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty easy victory. Good game, Leonidas. I assume that's how you're supposed to pronounce that, like the king from 300. All right, let's. Oh wow, I did not expect that to strip that Mithrala. Dang. There you go. I mean, that was a nice conventional team. I feel like too often I'm outsmarting myself. I'm taking too many specialized units and I'm not going back to the basics where you just make sure you have some good old-fashioned support. So he's going for Sun Wukong. I will take these two. I think. Yeah, sure. So he's going for a couple of revivers. I like to be able to threaten that with somebody who can kill them dead. Maybe I'll take Leo again. Or maybe I'll take... sure. Leo again, why not? For my final slot, I'm thinking we could bring a second reviver. Could bring a third nuker. Oh, I really don't want to deal with that Rotos. And then it's going to be the game of bans. Who bans what? Because I could totally just bring a bomber. You'll probably have to ban the bomber. Particularly if it's this one. And I just get rid of Duchess. So let's pick Mithrala so I'm extra accurate. I have to survive the onslaught here. This is again why I wish I had Hegemon. I mean, Hegemon, again, let's just imagine what Hegemon would do to this team. It'd completely delete like 3 of them, and then it'd be his turn. So all I need to worry about bringing is somebody who could survive, like somebody in stone skin, like my bomber, and then he could just put him to sleep and blow him up. Sun Wukong would get back up, but I mean, I'd be able to manage that. But as it stands, I'm just taking a lot of damage from this wave. So we still get to put out the bombs, which is kind of amazing. I don't want to wake anybody else up. Oh, that was a counterattack. That's rough. He might be able to steal the strengthens. can still deal with that problem as it comes. Let's... Yeah, I'll attack Arbiter. Definitely want to get rid of her. And we're Sid Pretty. Good game. I mean, I say normally, play the champions you have, not the champions you wish you had, but I do have them. You're probably already sick of hearing me talk about how badly I want to build them. You're probably like, Gavin, build him already, for the love of God. Build him. We're sick of hearing about it. We're sick of it. Do it. Do it. Sorry, I didn't mean for it to be that loud. So we've got Mai Tai. I don't know. Yeah. Let's go for these two. Preparing for a Helicath style. For some reason, when I see Duchess, I just think Helicath would be a fun counter. Harima would also be a fun counter. You know, while we're talking about champions I don't have but wish I did. What a great unit. And she's great because demons are great, and then she counters demons. So it really works. So I will go for my Helicath after all. This Kymar makes me uncomfortable. That's probably who I'm going to ban. Who else do I want to bring to maybe make him uncomfortable? It's Sun Wukong is always a good time. I want to make sure he's part of it. That Necrit is going to make it impossible to kill whichever of the two nukers I don't ban. I could also try not banning either of them. They actually both really pierce through the Helicath paradigm. So I need a better idea. We could go with the Rat King. And just get rid of Duchess. And he gets rid of UDK. That is interesting. So I'll take the defense still. Basically to try to hold out as much as possible. I feel like my strategy here is kind of akin to climbing into a bomb shelter, curling up in a ball, and just hoping the bomb doesn't land directly on me. That's what can happen. So Rhodos, I mean, you have an obvious target here. I mean, we didn't go for the extra... I guess it was pointless to go for the extra turn. So we do this, and I go for the bombs. I go for more bombs. I think that takes care of two of them. I don't know if there's any way for Necrit to save them. I don't think there is. I think he's good at preventing damage, but like once it's there already... Youch. But how I'm going to get rid of this guy, I don't know. And he can pierce through block damage, if I'm not mistaken, which is going to make things awkward. Because that's really the only other trick I have up my sleeve. Or I can try to sheep him when Sun Wukong comes back. So let's go ahead and do the block damage. Come to think of it, this guy is gonna need more damage too. So we'll just sheep him for now. And yeah, let's go for this. Even if that shield appears around him, it won't save him. So this is pretty much good game. So I got 2 battles left. And I guess I'm gonna have to find something else to do with my night. Guess it'll be back to doom scrolling on the internet. I mean, all things considered, with all the drama with Raid, it's actually kind of a nice break from the other things I could be doom scrolling on the internet. Well, let's go for the monkey. You know I want to. So, he's going for Duchess, he's going for Harima. Maybe I'll go for Mithrala. Maybe I'll go for... Phenax? The guy that will probably get banned? What a great epic. Phenax has to be one of my favorite epics. I want to make a list of my top 10 favorite epics. You know he's going to be on the list. You know Godseeker Neri is going to be on the list. I think Geomancer has to be on the list or people will flip out. Wow, this is a team. All right. I want to bring some bombs. So I'll bring him. And I just want to bring something else that just has that little je ne sais quoi. I don't know what. I mean, we could bring Leo. We could bring somebody who strips. We could bring Uko. I mean, he's always kind of amazing. Let's go ahead and bring Uko. He needs more airtime. Totally deserves it. And also, not a bad response to Yumeko. In fact, I'm already wishing I'd brought Candy instead. I'd still probably have to ban Harima. Anyway. How do I want to play this? It's tempting to ban someone other than the Yumeko. But I think I'm okay with this. So let's start with the speed so I can go as frequently as possible. And let's see the damage. I won't lie, I'm not optimistic about this fight. These are 4 really amazing champions that I don't even necessarily consider what these are like together, but I feel like there's going to be some great coordination here, and my guys feel a little uncoordinated. Like, for example, I don't have a way to strip the block debuffs. I can up the damage that I can do. I can have Phenax start chipping away at everybody's defense. I can have Sun Wukong come in and try to steal all the buffs. Which I totally wanted, like, particularly if I could steal the Jester buff. He's got to be live for that, though, so looks like we're going to have to wait. But he'll get another chance. Well, I don't really have a choice here, so stay one here. Hmm. Do I want to know? Let's dig it now. So I definitely want to steal these buffs. Oh, Roto still kills him. What a broken champion. Why did he die there? Did I miss something? That was odd. Anyway, good game, Mandrake, or Mandrak. You rightly handed me my own butt. Hey, look at that. I'm at 3-3-3-3, right where I started. So this fight is going to determine whether we went up or down. Immortalis. Well, I want the Wukong. I'm going to take him. So, he's got the Siphi, and he's got the counter to Siphi already covered. Well done. I think I want... I think I want to bomb it. That's probably the way to go. So I'll just take the Rat King. Come to think of it, I am going to need somebody who can strip buffs. I mean, I know Sun Wukong can do it. I'd really love to tune him so that he goes ahead of the bombers. I made my bombers really fast because there are other parts of the game where they need to be fast. Otherwise, I'd slow them right down to below 200 speed. Right now, I think they're about 256. I think one is at 256 and one is at 265. They're very fast because they're tuned to take out Bommel. They're also tuned to go together in my arena team. Okay, so to just take a second bomber. We'll take him, and we'll hope for the best. I'm gonna ban Warlord because I have to. Again, if I only had Hegemon. Hegemon would just, I'd probably eliminate Rotos and then just delete these three and win, because, you know, what's UDK gonna do? But let's get rid of Warlord, and we'll lead with Ramen 2. And I have a chance. I have a chance here. And really, I can at least know, looking at this team, that they are going ahead of me. Rotos. Wow. Broke off the Stone Skin. That is a strong Rotos. So, we stripped the buffs. That's all I needed. So we can get some bombs up. We can get some more bombs up. And that's not enough to defeat Siphi. That is annoying. So he could sleep. Yeah. Can maybe get this going. This team is not going down as quickly as I wanted them to. Now, everybody's a sheep. God damn it, player him. God damn it. I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious I've lost. I'm gonna call it. Let him stop wasting everybody's time. I'm gonna take my loss. I'm gonna get on with my day. So let's check the logs. We did win 4. All things considered, that's not bad. I'll take it. So, leaderboards, we're at 1883. Respectable. Thank you all for watching. See you on the next video. Take care.